Okay, so we are been on the boat for what, 2 months,
2 months.
and we
just renamed the boat and
renamed the boat,
did the christening.
did the little ceremony.
Yeah.
We are still in Brunswick, Georgia, but we are going to leave tomorrow for good this time. And
we have a new member on board. Welcome, Baby G. Riley.
Riley's here.
Say hi. She's finally here.
She's a little deaf and probably a little blind, so she probably doesn't even know we're talking to her.
All right, let's get started.
All right, so in front of the boat, we have our jib, which is probably the main sail that we're going to use all the time. We have a storm jib that we probably will never use. We also have a retractable bowsprit for a screecher or a spinnaker. And yeah, what else is on the front of the boat? We got the trampolines. We have our 2 forward hatches. So that one actually goes into our bathroom. And then this one goes into the laundry room or storage locker. So we have 3 lockers up here. We have one that is the fuel and fenders and also the propane tanks.
Extra water.
Yeah, so that's what's all in that one. And then we have our anchor locker, right? So our anchor locker's here and our windlass. We have 120 meters of chain. So about whatever that is. Almost 400 feet. This locker, we have all the extra sails, right? So we have the screecher and the spinnaker, and then the fuel tanks are underneath. So we have 4 fuel tanks. We hold about 280 gallons. So here's our main. We just got a new stack pack on the bag, or on the mainsail, which is the bag that the mainsail goes into. So this is a giant piece of fabric here. The old one was like multiple pieces of fabric, and the threads and everything were coming through. So yeah, so we got that redone while we had some time here in Brunswick. Oh, let's see. Here's the top of the boat. So we have 4 420 watt bifacial solar panels. We have our Starlink up here. And then, yeah, this is our big Targa top. It's kind of interesting though, because you're not really supposed to stand over here. You can only really stand here on this non-skid. But this whole area you can stand on, work on. All right. So now we're going to go to the back of the boat. So we have some wind generators. Don't really use them much. Seem more of a hassle than they're worth. All right, so here's the back of the boat. We have 2 sugar scoops. We'll go through those, but we have our rails here, our dinghy davits. Holds our new dinghy to us. We just got it. We bought it from Defender and gave away our old dinghy, but we put the new engine on. All right, so down here we have, this is where our generator lives. We have a 7.5 kilowatt generator. There's our hydraulic steering ram. Those are our hydronic heating tubes for our diesel heater. And there's our exhaust for the wet exhaust from the engines. So that's what lives in there, and that's our swim ladder. We'll probably just leave that on once we get somewhere where we're in the water all the time. And here we have oils and stuff like that. We have our saltwater wash down, our freshwater wash down. We got a little shower here to rinse off. These are pretty cool. This is where we put our paddle boards. This is our new grill that we got put on. Took me about a month to get the mount figured out on this guy, welded up, cut out, all those things. But it turned out pretty good. Just mounted down here. And so it actually goes into these pockets right here. So we got these pockets that the grill goes into. So we can actually switch it from over there to over here. But the propane comes out right here. So that's just the propane line right there. And that runs from the propane locker that was up front. And then this is our cockpit. It's pretty windy today, so we have the side curtains up. And then, yeah. So we can go in the other aft sugar scoop. So this is where we have a dive compressor. We have our hot water tank. This is for our cockpit fridge. This is the condenser. We have our autopilot pump back there. Our steering ram for the hydraulic steering. And then this guy is our diesel heater. So it will actually move hot coolant through the whole boat and we heat up the whole boat. And then we got our water maker, which is right there. There's the pre-filters and then the membranes. I installed a automatic flush. That's that round thing down there that has light flashing on it. And then here is the control panel for the water maker. So there's quite a bit of stuff down in there. And then that's also where our scooters live. So I'm trying to keep the other sugar scoop open so we can put trash in while we're out. And then there's our new scooters. It's our transportation. So here is our helm station. So we did a little bit of updates to this. We have multifunction displays. We have our autopilot, our chart plotter. That's our anchor counter. This is our spotlight control. I actually had to put in new controls there. That was kind of a pain in the butt because it broke when we were coming back. Then we also have our winch controls. So you can operate the starboard winch here or the port winch. We got our engine controls, compass, and our wheel. I installed this guy, so this is just another VHF radio. This is where the iPad lives. And yeah, what else we got out here? So this is where the cockpit fridge is. So we have a cockpit fridge, which is interesting. This is very unique to this boat. I don't think I've ever seen a boat with that. We have quite a bit of storage down here. We have 2 areas for storage. So we keep life jackets, extra rigging, that kind of stuff in here. Riley's just hanging out. Can I get under there real quick?
Yeah. There you go, Captain.
Thanks. Here is our other storage locker. So we have air pumps, fishing stuff, splicing, fiberglass stuff, glues and tapes. And then this is our spare refrigerator / freezer. So if any of our refrigeration or freezer goes out, we can have somewhere to put the other stuff. Oh yeah, Molly just mentioned that you guys want to know where Riley goes to the bathroom. That's where she's going to go. So this is actually a teak grate, so the water can just go out, and then we can kind of just push the poo off the back. And we have the shower wash down, so we'll just rinse it down after she goes. It's not too bad. We got some bean bags, came with the boat, which is kind of nice. What else is out here? We're going to be installing some fishing rod holders pretty soon. So probably whenever we get out on anchor and have a project on anchor. Okay. All right. So we have the inside. This is our dining table. Drops down, which is kind of nice for movie nights. And then over here, we have more storage. This is the tool area. So I have basically everything that I think we might need to fix something. So.
And one of our first aid kits are in there that I made.
Oh, it's in there?
Yeah, it's in one of those things, the one I made and put together.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So there's that. What else is back here?
There's
where
our books are and our games.
Yep. That's our mini library.
Lucas made that for art today. It's a little robot made out of things on the boat.
Yep. And then we have an air conditioner / reverse cycle heat here. We have our 15 kilowatt hours or 1200 amp hours of batteries here. And then over there we have our inverter and isolation transformer underneath these two seats. And this is where a lot of the electrical lives for the boat. So we have over here, we have our AC distribution. We have our controls for our heaters. Some of this stuff is old. This is our hydronic heater. This needs to be pulled out. I'm actually going to rearrange some of this stuff. But then I've been working on updating the nav desk. So this is an old MacBook Air that I put in. It's running OpenCPN on the MacBook, and then I got this touchscreen for it, which is kind of nice just for it's a lot cheaper chart plotter. And then over here I got this old iPad that's running our anchor alarm and our AIS information. I can also bring up Windy or Navionics if I need to. Here's all of our power control. So it tells us how much solar we're bringing in, where our batteries at, where our DC loads are, AC loads. It's a pretty standard Victron thing. This is our spare autopilot. So if we're on night watch, we can raise up the seat, sit in here. We have our chart. We have our autopilot. We could actually control the boat from here instead of having to be outside if it's nasty out. We have our DC distribution panel here. We have all of our bilge pumps and bilge alarms. And then we have some refrigerator monitoring over there. What else we got? So here's our next destination chart. Hopefully getting to the Bahamas. In here we just have some random storage that needs to be organized a little bit, but this is where the Starlink router lives. We have some DC plugs throughout the boat, so we could actually be completely off. We could turn off the inverter and still be able to charge everything. We got a little coffee station. And this is kind of unique to this boat too. This is our deep freezer. So this is very rare on most sailing vessels. Let's have, I think this is 115 liter or 215 liter deep freeze. We got all of our sunglasses, stuff. It's a nice little pocket area. What do we got? We got TV. So the TV is nice. What's behind the TV is our behind the helm. So this is where the door slides in, which can be very dangerous if you're in there working and somebody opens the door and breaks your arm. Not saying it happened, but so this is our helm pump. We have all the back of our helm station so we can get all the wiring and everything. We have our hydraulic fluid for our hydraulic steering. So that's what lives in there. And then we also have some random hatches, which is kind of cool.
This is the outside from the inside.
And then we have like, this is a random hatch, but it is access to our electric winch. So if we ever need to work on it, we can get to it. Our coats. What else up here? Anything else? No? Okay. All right, let's go down the galley. So this is the galley. We put in a new faucet. We actually have filtered water coming here. We kind of cleaned up the stove a little bit, made it a little nicer. But besides that, just got new dishes and things. We have a microwave convection oven, which is awesome. Built-in knife storage, which is pretty cool. Everything has kind of a home. Not super well organized, but we got quite a bit of space here compared to a lot of other boats. What else we got? We got pots and pans up here. So we got these awesome stacking pots and pans, which are really nice for a small space. We have all of our plates and cups over here. Another unique thing to this boat is everything's exposed. So these are our chain plates. This is actually what holds up our rig. So it's really nice to be able to see that and inspect it easily. What else we got? Trash can down here. So we got trash. I bought at least 5 different trash cans till we found one that fit in here, and then I still had to modify it. All of our cleaning products. And this is kind of down here is like our pantry. So this is where all of our dry goods live. So we have lots of dry goods. Try to stay a little organized. We got these sealable containers, which is nice. And they work pretty good. If they all fit. All right. What else we got? Let's finish up the galley over here. So we have the refrigerator. We have a 130-liter refrigerator, isothermal refrigerator. So this is our galley fridge. Pre-packed right now. Silverware. And then this is actually pretty small storage, but we put the end of it. But this is our step-down converter, so we can use American appliances.
The cooker you put in water.
Yeah, it's a sous vide cooker.
Oh.
That's what it is. Yep. And then we also have a vacuum sealer. All right, let's see Lou's room. So here's Lou's room. He's a pretty lucky kid. He's got a TV, which is quite awesome. He's got a huge spread of area to lay down. He's even got that little tiny berth over there. Yeah, this boat's got a lot of space for sleeping. Yep, we got built-ins here. He's got some toys and this drone that he flew for nonstop for like 2 weeks. Clothes are in here. And then we got our beautiful pantry. That was a lot of work. all of the snacks. Molly had to have all of her snacks. Here, let's show the engines real quick. So this is where our engines live. So in order to access the engine completely, I got to take the mattresses off. There's 2 big hatches that come off, and then I can jump down in there. But there's where our engines live. So we have 2 54 horsepower Yanmar diesels. This boat was repowered in 2019 and has about 2,000 hours on the engines. So this still got a ton of life left. Plan on putting them to use. All right. Where are we going now? Coop's room. Go to Coop's room.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, wrong way.
What's up, dudes? How are you guys? You guys want to say hi to anybody?
This is
Maybe
Cooper's room.
Xander or Abby or anybody else that might be watching our video. You guys want to say hi?
Each boy has their own nice bedroom.
Yeah.
Cooper's got a bathroom in his, which is nice.
Yeah. So
he's
got closet. And then we got to show all the can storage.
There's Coop's bathroom.
Hold on. Let's show all the can storage. The absurd amount of canned food that we have. So there's all of our canned goods. Try to stack it as best as we could, but it's just an awkward space. So it just doesn't fit super easy, but it works. All right. Let's see Coop's bathroom. So this is actually where
I just showed it.
Do laundry also.
Oh, yeah.
So we have these tubs. So it's a funny story about these
Melissa
tubs.
And Brian, if you're watching this, we kept those towels and we love them.
The tubs were actually used for
and Donald.
Oh yeah, Donald, this thing's awesome.
Oh my god.
But the tub is actually used. They put them in not to like bathe in, but it's for washing clothes. If you didn't have a washer, that's why they put the tub in. But we do have a washer. It's right here. Yay! And then we also have fender storage and stuff. But that's the bow of the boat. So we put like buckets, beanbag chairs, all that lives in here.
Say bye. Cooper just got his new poster. What is it, Cooper? Oh.
All right, now we're going over to the other hall. So we have the guest room, which is here. So in here, so on the other side, there's a bed, but then there's the little twin bed that's up here. Well, in this one, there's actually storage. So this is where we keep all of our spares for. We have Yanmar spares, we have generator spares, we have wiring spares, just anything spare that we might need is in here. And then just like the other side, this also has engine access here and above, and then I can actually get to the water maker from back there as well. But this is kind of like our tool shed. So we have batteries, gloves, that kind of stuff. We have these battery operated fans, which are really cool. They just clip anywhere and you can put them wherever. This is our other head. So this is like the day head that we can use when we are underway, which is nice. All right.
Here's where all the magic happens.
Because we're on cribs. Here's
Welcome to our crib.
Here's all of our. This is a wet stuff or large things that we don't really have any good place to put them. We got tons of storage here. So we got like paper towels, toilet paper,
Medical stuff.
Medical stuff is in there. We bought a sewing machine so we can learn to sew. We have our printer down there. We have our hats, electrical stuff, towels, all that kind of stuff. So we just kind of found spots for it. We're probably moving around as we get more used to it. This is where the 3D printer is going to live. So we have 3D printing filament up here. Probably going to put the 3D printer here on this desk, unless Molly wants to use it for her vanity. But she's shaking her head no. And then what do we have here? We have the master bedroom.
That's Shelly.
We got Shelly that's watching out for us. We have all the spare bedding and
Clothes.
Winter clothes, right?
Well, and some summer.
Summer clothes, yeah, because we haven't. All right, so my phone ran out of storage yesterday, so I'm actually filming this while we're underway. So this is our forward head, or the master head. This is where we all take showers, because the shower is bigger. Since we don't have the washer and dryer in here. And yeah, so it's just like all the other heads. Got plenty of storage. It's pretty comfortable. We got electric heads. And this is the front of the boat. So we still have tons of storage in here. I actually have 2 of these forward. You probably hear the water going by because we are well underway. But it's super calm today. The boat's not even moving at all, even though we're kind of going with the waves, and we got a little bit of wind. Here, let's go up forward so you guys can see. It's where the kids are while we're underway. And here's outside. It's a little windy, but we got a little bit of wind to sail. What do we got? Got 6.5 knots, just a little bit forward of the beam. So we just got the head sail out. The mainsail's a little too much to put out. We only got about an hour left to go till we get to St. Mary's. So you can see we got these nice gentle rollers that we're just kind of going with. Super comfortable. We also have the hand line out, which is nice. So I made this. Sailing the Hoa is where actually I got the idea for this. Just a spear fishing bungee cord and on paracord, and then you just hook it up. Fish gets on it, it'll either bend the hook if it's too big, or if it's gets on the hook, then it'll just start skipping on the water. You just pull it in. The idea behind the bungee cord is to wear out the fish. So you can see that loop of line right there. It kind of goes back and forth and wears out the fish. So yeah, that's our whole tour. It ended up being 2 days, but we got the tour done. All right.